Hi, Becky Edwards here. I want to share 4 tips that I've been figuring out that help combine the church's new curriculum of Come Follow Me for individuals and families and heaven journaling. Is it possible to combine them? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I just have a few little tips to share. So let me show you the first tip, and that is to create your own little study kit, because then you've got everything you need, your manual, your scriptures, your journal, and you don't have to use my heaven journaling journal. You certainly can, but any journal, any notebook will do. And then I love to keep my scripture, colored pencils and pens and sticky notes and whatever in a little really beat up pencil bag. It's been very loved for a long time. So that's the tip number 1, create a little kit, because then you can take it anywhere. It makes it really convenient if you want to study in bed, if you want to study on the couch, outside. It'd be really cold today if you're living in my area of the world, but that's the first tip. Okay, the second tip is still ask your personal questions. Those of you who know about heaven journaling, the basic structure of heaven journaling is you are writing down and asking in prayer your personal questions that you want answers to. If it's a doctrinal question, if it's a direction question for your life, maybe it's a decision you're making, maybe you just want to know how to improve in a certain area or what goal to set next or whatever it may be, still write that down. And then as you open up your manual for the Come Follow Me, and oh my goodness, I'm only on day 2 and it's so delicious. Who's with me? Let me know if you guys like this manual. Woo! I took a lot of notes today. As you go through your manual, also write down their questions. There are inspired questions and inspiring questions in the manual. In fact, I'll show you how I did it today. I took several pages. I had kind of a long study today. So my question is up here. Then I started with the next question that's in the manual, which is, what does it mean to take responsibility for your own learning? And then the manual gives us all these scriptures to go search out. And a couple of times they would remind me of another one. So I just took a bunch of notes from that, about that question. And I thought, if I condense that into my own little pattern, my own little formula, what is my formula of taking responsibility for my learning? So then I wrote that as a question. What's my personal formula for taking responsibility? And I wrote 9 little items, 9 items that to me really help me own my learning and be in charge of it and not be like acted upon or waiting for somebody else to take charge of it for me. And then another question that was in the manual is, what do you feel inspired to do to be more active in learning the gospel? So I highlighted that one as well. And I listened to the Spirit. I mean, that's what heaven journaling teaches us to do, right? Is listen to the Spirit. And I wrote down 3 different things that I felt inspired to do. Some were for me, some were specific for my family. And I love it when the Spirit speaks to us individually like that. Now, what if you go through some study from the manual and your scriptures, but you didn't find an answer to your question? Totally fine. Just revisit it at the end. That's what I did. I was like, okay, Heavenly Father, I'm now you're really immersed in the Spirit because you've had this delicious study and you've journaled some of it and you're just really feeling like connected and filled with light. So I just, in that state, in that mindset, I asked my question again. And I kind of had a choice between 2 things with this decision I'm making. And as I asked the question, I presented option A and felt how it felt, presented option B, felt how it felt, and it was almost immediate, the good leaning feeling towards option A. It just felt really right. Or I can't remember if it was option A or B, but this certain option, that one I just leaned, it just felt right. Now, did the answer come directly from the scriptures? No. But what happens is when you immerse yourself in the scriptures, you pray, you journal, you study, and you let the Spirit speak to you, you open up the conduit of revelation, so then those answers come much more clearly, much more easily. And so that's the pattern I use today. So first tip, create a little study kit. Second tip, still ask your personal questions, still write the things that come to your mind, and if it doesn't come directly from the scriptures, ask it at the end. Again, when you're immersed in the Spirit. Tip number 3, write down the questions that the manual gives you and seek the answers and write about them. Wow, I'm like so excited. I can't count how many people have reached out to me and said, Becky, as I'm studying this, the first little part of this new manual, I keep thinking heaven journaling, heaven journaling. I'm like, I know, I feel so excited for so many people all over the world to be doing this process of writing down questions and seeking for and writing down answers, and not just the answers that come directly from the scriptures, which is awesome, but also the answers that come directly from the Spirit. That is priceless, you guys. I cannot tell you how excited I am that the whole church will be doing this process. It's just thrilling. Anyway, and if you do have my journal, I just want to share that I've just been like let me count how many pages I did today. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4 pages of journaling today. And what I did is I just crossed off the little template because I didn't use the template on this page. It was just a normal journal page. See, and it looks just fine. So if you do want to use my journal, you can continue to journal page after page if you want. Just cross off the word and write over it. It's totally fine. Make it yours. Make it messy. I hope that by the time you're done with this journal, if you have one, that it looks like my old Book of Mormon. I wish I had it in front of me. It is so beat up. I mean, it's just the binding is off. The pages are it's just beat up, and it is loved. It is so loved, and I love that Book of Mormon so much. And that's how I feel about this journal already. I've only used it for a week or two, not sure how long, and I hope that by the time I'm done, it's beat up, it's frayed, it's dirty, maybe it has food on it from the kitchen. I don't know, but it's meant to be used. Any journal is meant to really be used. Now, those are my 4 tips. So study kit, still ask your personal question. And number 3, write the questions from the manual and your answers, both from the Spirit and from the scriptures. And then at the end, if you haven't received your answer yet, revisit your question for your personal question. Like for me today, I'm planning a particular event, and the guest artist, musician that I'm feeling inspired to have come, she couldn't come on the date that I wanted. So we're going back and forth, and we had a couple of dates that would work. And room rentals, like there's just different things that come into play there. And I just wanted to know, okay, so which date is best for the people, and does it matter to you? And so those were the 2 things that I just presented, 2 different dates that were options. So for this follow-up event. Anyway, so yeah, those are my tips. Let me know what you guys think so far about the Come Follow Me curriculum. Let me know if any of you have jumped in and done the heaven journaling with the Come Follow Me curriculum. I think it's a fantastic combination. I can't say enough about it. And if you're not already in it, we have a free 30-day challenge group of heaven journaling that just started yesterday. You can start anytime. You don't have to start yesterday. But it's fun. It's fun to go in there and get support and encourage each other and all that kind of stuff. So happy heaven journaling. Happy journey of this Come Follow Me, you guys. I think our lives are all going to be changed this year, especially as we study it in our personal study, teach it with our families, study with families, and then go and study it as word groups. It's powerful, and I love what President Nelson said about it. It will unleash the power of the family. We don't even know what that looks like yet, but I am so excited to see. I love you guys.